Hi, Aries. Welcome back to As Above, So Below Healing Tarot. If you're new here, my name is Tiffany. This is going to be a reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Aries. Welcome to Aquarius season, Aries. Meditating on your energies, I was hearing laser focused, and I was also hearing evolutionary discipline. And I was also getting like really upgrade energy. So you have Neptune moving into, actually, it's already in your sign now. And then you have Saturn moving into your sign on February 13th. So this is all going to be surrounding spiritual endeavors and also your discipline to what it is that you are growing. So if you have any heavy Aries placements, look at that. Also Aries North Node too. This is pertaining to that. So Aries, let's see what's going on here. And if you are interested in a personal reading, the link for it is in the description box below. And thank you to all of you who are liking, commenting. It really helps the channel. So thank you so much. All right, Aries, let's see what's happening for you guys. You have protection. Love this. And this is the Helm of Alm. And this is, the Norse would use this as they would travel for safe passage. So knowing that your vision is protected and knowing that you have a big spiritual understanding and that your guides are backing you up, this is really going to help as the planets transit through your sign. And then you also have transmute at the bottom of the deck here. So there's something that you are transforming. There is an old version of you that you don't resonate with anymore. And you are now moving into a new skin. You are adopting a new way of being. And that is going to come out in your interpersonal dynamics and in your work. So let's see what's also going on here. We've got the Audacity deck and we have the Audacity. Yes, beautiful. Aries, this really is your energy. So this is like, I'm moving forward, and if you don't like it, you can go kick rocks somewhere else. This is moving forward despite of all of the heaviness. This is also, I feel like this is kind of like Neptunian energy. So even if you are carrying some of the ish from the past, you know that there's going to be a brighter future for you if you do transmute this energy. So you're not letting the past define you. You're not allowing that version of you into the new, more evolutionary version. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. All right, Aries, what else is going on here? Woo-doo. Authority. Yep. This is Emperor energy, and that is Aries. So this is stepping into your authority and knowing that you call the shots and whatever it is that you are building. So I think that you are moving from a space of perhaps, being an employee or, you having to take orders from somebody. Like, this is very self-sustaining energy. And when you have Capricorn moving into Aries, that is very much about self-sustaining and self-confidence. So moving forward in your vision, you have temptation here at the bottom of the deck. So we're going to clarify and see what's going on here. This is Capricorn energy too, though. So you may be tempted to dip into old habits, old ways of doing things, but Aries, that is what needs to be transmuted. That is what is going to keep you a bit chained and, barred to the past. So we're really going to be embracing the new. Alrighty. We're going to get into some tarot. Got the light series happening here. So Spirit, what is going on for Aries for Aquarius season and all of these transits moving in to their sign? What is it that they need to know? Spirit, right, what is going on here? What is going on? Okay. I'm also hearing like a refreshment. There's like a new way that you are seeing the world, a new way of you moving forward. You have the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck in reversed. So I think that you are coming out of a period of stagnation, of, you know, feeling like you have to learn lessons of like stability, which you always need to learn those lessons. But this chapter is now going to be about refining your version of authority. And no, this doesn't mean being a dick. Like this is how you sustain and hold your presence and your creations. So you have the Five of Wands in reversed. So you are releasing conflict. You are releasing anything that feels unfinished, anything that just doesn't make sense. You know, like you really are releasing a lot of this. And this can be conflict in personal dynamics. This can be conflict in the mind. We're going to get some clarity on this as we move forward. But I think now you are putting the past behind you and are really moving into a new sustainable future. You have the Ace of Wands. So this is positive momentum forward. This is that initiation, that spark. You are coming in strong on the table. So you are using this momentum to make something last. You're using it to build a sustainable future. You also have the Hierophant. So this is that spiritual evolution and that spiritual dedication that I was feeling. And with the Hierophant, I love this depiction of him because he is barefoot and he's laughing. Whereas in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, he is very serious. He is in his ritual garb. He is, you know, he's not as lighthearted, but in this one he is. So I'm really feeling like there's a commitment to spiritual evolution of opening the heart more. There is going to be more compassion. There's going to be more understanding for the things that have perhaps happened in the past. I think you're going to gain more clarity around that. But this is also you moving towards what opens your heart, what really makes your heart quiver and feel alive. And the steps are, you know, they are ascending, but they may not happen, like your evolution may not happen exactly how you pictured it, but it's really about going with the flow, Aries, especially with Neptune moving with you. The key to having Neptune in your sign is to not resist the flow of things, to not resist the spiritual lessons of things. And with both of these planets being in your sign, it asks you to slow down. Your energy is very quick, it's very impulsive, it's very, let's get this shit done. But these two heavier planets are slower and they're really going to help refine your structure. You have the Emperor here too. So this is also about having strategy, having a game plan, and knowing that perhaps the ways that you used to do things were more, yeah, this sounds good. Like, let's go ahead and just do that. I think now you are learning that having a strategy to back you up and also being in it for the long haul. Saturn is all about commitments. It's about discipline. It's about dedication. And it's not as flighty. Saturn is like, we are doing the hard things to be able to get rewards later. It is total investment energy. And this is where you are coming out in your reading, Aries. Like you are taking control of that. And I'm hearing I'm up for the challenge. I'm up for whatever is thrown at me, you know, like you're really on a mission to evolve. Spirit, what's going on with this Five of Wands in reverse for Aries? High Priestess. Yeah. This is Pisces energy. Also Neptune. Spirit, what else is going on here? What else is going on here? Ooh, Ten of Pentacles. Hell yeah. And the World. Ooh. With Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So, Aries, I feel as though you are releasing any sort of doubts, any sort of fears surrounding what it is that you want. Like, I really feel like you are quieting the voices that tell you that what you want is too big, or that you have to grind and work your ass off until you're dead. You know, like this is putting an end to a cycle of lack, and knowing that your intuition really is guiding you. Say it, I am the High Priestess. And knowing that you are moving into a more fluid and intuitive understanding, knowing that this is going to get you much further into this sustainable outcome than force ever will. And you, I feel, are really closing out cycles about forcing things, about, you know, making sure that you have to really grind something down. Or it is also closing out cycles surrounding commitment, surrounding being dedicated to what it is that you really want. But the High Priestess knows. She just knows, she understands, total Piscean energy. So you may be putting things to rest with a Pisces. But I really think that this is more so involving your intuitive understanding and your psychic powers, with Neptune being in your sign. So, I love this. All right, we're gonna get some clarity on the Hierophant. This is Taurus energy. Spirit, what is going on here with this Taurus energy? Where are they committing themselves? And what is this cycle teaching them? What is happening here? Nine of Cups came out again. Okay. Yeah. Kind of reiterating what I said before. So you have the Hierophant, Nine of Cups, Five of Pentacles, and Two of Pentacles. So Aries, I think that you are releasing like wishy-washy energy. You're releasing the lack, you're releasing feelings of expectations of, well, this should have been done this way, or it's releasing like that hot-headed energy. And when you start to really commit to the path, you start to reap the rewards. You start to sip on multiple elixirs, and you are able to choose which elixir you want. You know, this is like Felix Felicis I'm getting from Harry Potter, like liquid luck. You know, when you dedicate yourself to a path, you start to experience luck, and you start to experience connection and collaboration. And this is where I feel like this bridge is happening. Like you're starting to see the undercurrents of your life, and you're starting to see like the more that you dedicate yourself to this spiritual evolution, to this emotional understanding, you're going to have more elixirs to choose from. That's cool. I love that. Cool. Beautiful. All right, so let's clarify and see what this Emperor is about. Spirit, what is this Emperor here about? This is just Aries being in their energy. Four of Wands, yeah. Oh, the Devil, okay. What else is here? The Sun, beautiful. With the Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I love. Cool. Okay, so Aries, clarifying your card, you have the Four of Wands, the Sun, and the Devil. So the Devil is also Capricorn energy, so this can be mastery, but I also feel like the more that you focus on the sun, the more you focus on your radiance, on the good things, you're going to have more stability and more celebration coming into your life. And this is also about releasing being chained, releasing being stuck in an old cycle, in an old way of doing things. And I also feel like this is pertaining to relationships. I'm hearing attachment patterns. So you may be really diving into your attachment patterns, the way that you relate to other people. I think that this past cycle had you really look deeply at that, and it's asking you to take authority over that. Take authority over, you know, the things that you have done that may have not been the best. It's asking you to transmute that energy to be able to be in a more radiant light. And you can really teach people a lot about this if you so choose. Spirit, what else is going on here for Aries? Dagger, fear, worries, tense situation. Okay, so this may just be what you need to transmute. The dagger can also indicate clarity. So I think that you are really finding a newfound clarity once you start to transmute and work through these fears, these anxiety, like why these things are coming up for you. I think that this period of time is really asking you to dive deep, Aries. Do the shadow work to look at that, because you have amazing opportunities and possibilities that are going to be open to you, but you don't want to bring that old cycle into a brand new one. You know, this is very like, I also see this as Ace of Pentacles. In the Ace of Pentacles, there's a big portal of openness, and you have to walk through it. It may be a little bit unknown, but that is the beauty of it, you know, like there's beauty in the unknown. And you also have Hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. Yeah, so some of you may be planning a getaway, planning some sort of R&R, which is very, very needed. But I think that you're going to gain a lot of clarity within this, I mean, really this whole year, but these planets are going to be with you for a few years. So get used to their lessons. Don't resist the change. Move with it, and don't rush the process either. Like, I know that your energy is very like punchy and wants to do things yesterday, but there really is something in allowing the journey to unfold and allowing the understanding of why you had to go through something. Spirit, what else is going on here for Aries? What advice is here? Pay attention. Yeah. Compassion. Yeah. Lighten up and ask for help. Beautiful. Then you have pause at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So Aries, I think that you're feeling a lot of things starting to crop up for you. And this is Spirit being like, pay attention to what is coming up for you. Pay attention to your energies surrounding lack or surrounding abandonment, you know, whatever those things are for you, and meet it with compassion. I think that there may be some shame or some guilt around how you have operated in the past, or, you know, how things have turned out. But meeting this with compassion and light will really help accelerate your new chapter. And you have lighten up here too. So, which this is really important because with Saturn coming into your sign, Saturn's heavy. So approaching this cycle with a lighthearted understanding and a lighthearted energy will help make this feel less heavy. And there's also lessons around asking for help. So asking people who, you know, have gone through something that you have also gone through. And there is no shame in asking for help. You know, I know you Aries are leaders, you know, you have the authority, but it also takes a strong person to admit when they need help. And that is something I think that you are going to be learning. There's also a shedding of the ego. There's a shedding of how you used to be and how you used to operate. And it's releasing a lot of the, you know, toxic masculinity that may have been ingrained in you. You know, this is going to take a lot of participation on your part. So, all right, Aries, if this has resonated, please like, share, subscribe. And I would love to do a reading for you if you so feel called to do that. Link is in the description box below. But leave a comment and say, I am the Emperor. So, all right, Aries, thank you for joining me today. And I hope you have a beautiful Aquarius season. And I will see you on the next one. Blessed be. Bye.